Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the S-51. It's the Tier 7 Soviet SPG that's not on the main SPG line, and it's located on the south spawn of Steppes, and I believe this is an encounter battle, and it's under the command of Darknamja. Well, this has a 203mm howitzer as its main armament. The S-51 can carry the 152mm howitzer, the B2, the BR2 I should say, but this one's a short fat one, which means it's the B4 203mm. So let's have a look and see what happens in this battle, as battle is about to commence.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, they're off. Looks like he's going straight to the aim. He's got a long reload time, 44.13 seconds. Now the S-51's built on the chassis of a KV-1S tank. In actual fact, they tried to build this particular Arty for a long time, but because the KV-1S is a stripped down version of the KV-1, it's actually not suitable for artillery pieces. Mainly because the Arty would actually shake the chassis to pieces, and that's exactly what happened with the S-51. It did huge amounts of damage to the chassis every time they tried to fire it, and so after various testing with the 152mm and the 203mm, they eventually abandoned the project without actually putting one into operation. Okay, he's found his firing position behind that rock, and he's going to set up and shoot at the enemy. There's an FB201 there ahead. Okay, he's only got 12 rounds of ammo, very limited amount of ammo, so Darknamja has to be careful what he fires at to make sure he gets the maximum effect for every shell. So he has to dial in the aim perfectly, and he's almost there, ready on T32. He is ready, round out. Direct hit, 428 hit points, and he stunned the T95 and the Batchat 12 ton at the same time. I think the shell actually may have hit the turret of that T32. I'm looking very closely because my mods shows up an HE round exploding on the tank as a yellow mark. If it bounces, it's a green mark, and if it's a penetration from a standard ammo, it's a red mark. Heat rounds show up as purple. It just helps to see exactly where your aim shot hit the target and what sort of damage it did. Fires another round at T32, gets another direct hit, and this time tracks him, 466 hit points. He pulls back immediately after using his repair kit. So his repair kit must be on cooldown now. And he's only got 9 hit points left, that T32. He will be wiped out next shot for sure. And that T54 is going in to try and finish him off. And he does. And the T95 now is in a terrible position. So if he turns to face the T54, he's got the T25 pilot shooting him in the rear. And in fact, they're both trying to escape now because they realise the T95 is turning to face them, and I think they tracked him. And we're loaded, we're ready to shoot, but we'd hit our teammates if we did, so we're looking elsewhere for a new target. And there's a Jagdpanther, and he's lining up to shoot both of them. So we're going to dial in on him and give him a little HE welcome. Fully dialed in, rounds out, and it was a splash hit for 506 hit points of damage there. Massive amount of damage right to the front of the vehicle. And this is an encounter game, and the enemy is capping. And that is a matter of concern because our forces are nowhere near the cap at the moment. Well, there is one tank off to the south, but our main force is actually in the enemy area. And yes, it was an IKV-90, and he's just been ram-killed by that T-25. And the concern may be that the enemy is actually headed this direction. They're trying to... or are they going back to the cap? No, I think they're going back to the cap. I think they realise that it will be very dangerous for them to come in this direction because there's a Borsig and an ISU-122S defending the south end. But we have got a very large force that's now headed towards the railway line. And there's an M12 up there. And an RU-251. Now, Darknamja's moving backwards because I think he wants to get behind the cover of that rock. Just in case they do try to come south. He wants to be sure that the Borsig and the ISU-122 have enough time to wipe out whoever does come this way. In the meantime, he's going to start taking aim at the enemy, I think. Oh, a T-25 pilot did try to come south. Or did try to come southwest. Is he going to aim at him? Yes, he is. Okay, we're dialing in on the T-25. Now, it's got fairly weak armor, the T-25. It was a reward tank for a mission. Tier 8 American medium premium. Round out. Direct hit. 467. He's left on 55 hit points. He's a one-shot for anyone now. And he's getting behind cover because he knows he's a one-shot. He knows that basically his battle is over because not much is going to have... it's not going to take very much at all to take him out. And yep, he's gone. Killed by our black dog. Now we've got a one tank advantage on the score. And the enemy is fanning out, trying to defend the cap area, but they're not capping at all. No one's capping, they're just all forming a line, trying to stop our team from breaking through. Okay, we're aiming for an M46 pattern, we're fully dialed in, rounds out straight away, and yes, we got a hit. It was perfectly dialed in. And he's gone straight to reload again. Now, Darknamja's not using premium consumables. If you use the premium consumable, which is extra rations, that really can make a difference to the reload speed as well as the aiming. But of course, it does have a pretty harsh penalty in terms of 20,000 credits per the ration that you use. On the other hand, though, you can pick up these rations at half price every now and then when Wargaming does an offer, so it does help to build up enough credits by playing the tanks in between the offers to be able to buy out and splurge out and pick up lots and lots of premium consumables when they're available. Well, there's two in the cap at the moment, and he's trying to work out where to place the shell to get a reset. Now I think it's the nearest part of the cap will be the right place. They won't want to go further back on the cap because then they'll be visible further off. Because the cap's in a dip, the nearer they are to this side, the more cover they've got from the edge of that ridgeline. And there's a pair of enemy there, but no, they've both retreated. And they're both pulling back. There's an SP1C. I would use the shell for the cap area. He's still got 55 seconds to go on the cap, but it would be worth his while because if he can get the shell in and gets a reset, that could be a defender medal. He's almost at the point where he would get a defender. 67, 68, 69, 70. Now he can fire and pick up a defender medal. Still no sign of the enemy in the cap area. I think it'd be worth a shot. A blind shot. He's holding on. 84, 85. He's going to have to fire soon. If he doesn't, then he'll miss the opportunity. There's a 251. He fires the round in. And he does get a partial reset. 46 hit points there on cap points. And we now know where the enemy is in the cap. But they've still got two in the cap. And that 251 just went down. There's still 4 enemy tanks left. 2 of them in the cap. And we're reloading rapidly. And one of the enemies left the cap. That might take away our chance to get the defender. If he'd actually aimed the shots where I suggested, I think he would have splashed the tanks that were in the cap at that time because they were in such positions they could have been hit. So going for that P-43 turret, it's going to be a difficult shot shooting over the ridge line. I think he's going to try round out. Oh, yes, he got him! And he splashed the Type 59 at the same time because the shell disappeared, but the Type 59 showed damage. Yes, so he hit the P43 and the Type 59 simultaneously there. Hit one direct, the other one was splash. And both of them are going around the corner to try and get that defender. We're reloading, we can't help at the moment. The defender's probably going to go down. He did kill the Type 59. But he's not going to be able to kill the P43 Tur in time. He's only got 8 hit points left. And, oh yeah, defender's gone down. But it wasn't to the P43. He was actually taken out by the Patton. Now it's 2 tanks versus 3. We fire a round in. And we've killed the P43 Tur. We splashed him to death. And that Spick is in. Oh, he's just taken out the AT7. That means we are the last ones alive on the team. And I think it's fairly certain that the enemy will now come to try and find us. They're not going to bother to cap out. They'll try and collect the next hit points. And you're now going to see exactly what Arty Noob players do. They fight to the death. They don't try and kill themselves. At least I hope that's not Darknamja's not going to do, because we always fight to kill. We fight to get a maximum damage on the enemy as we can. He's trying to defend himself behind that rock, protect himself from the SP1C and the M46 Patton. But when they turn up, they're going to get a 203mm shell right in their faces, or as close as we can. And he doesn't know from which direction they're going to come. He thinks they're going to come from the left as well as possibly from the right. I would actually be more oriented to actually pointing to the right, to the east, because I think that's the direction they'll come from. Yep, they're coming from the west. He was right. Oh, we're taking him around from the SP1C, but he's lining up the shot. Oh, look at that! Splash kills the SP1C. Picks up 158 hit points. That's more XP for him. We don't suicide in this game. We fight to the end. We never kill ourselves. We fight to get as much XP as we possibly can. And if that means we die in the process, well, we go down valiantly. But we try to win the game. And that's what Darknamja's trying to do. He's trying to shotgun the enemy to death. Oh! The Patton got him. Unfortunate that he was destroyed in the end. But at least he went down valiantly. He went down fighting. And look at this. He got an ace tanker in the S-51, Darknamja. Well done. Even though you died fighting, you certainly put up a good fight overall. Ace tanker. He picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16, sorry, in that battle. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And he picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle overall. And I think it certainly helped that he took out that SP1C right at the end. Let's have a look at team score. Highest damage, 3,696 hit points of damage overall. The highest score on the enemy team was the Patton, the last one alive. He managed 3,057 hit points. So big difference there. The defender managed to get 3,311. He did a very valiant job, but he actually said towards the end, if he hadn't had so much difficulty with that T95 and not killed him straight off, then he might have had the hit points necessary to stay alive later on during the game. When it came to kills, it was the defender and the M46 Patton who managed to get 5 kills apiece. And we can see here that the Black Dog got 3 and then Darknamja managed to get 2 kills. And the SP1C he took down actually managed to get 3 kills before he was taken out. If we look at the base XP, we can see that it was the defender who managed to come off best on Darknamja's team, followed by Darknamja. The highest scorers were the Spick, who managed to get 1,030, and the M46 Patton, who managed 1,013. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, he fired 9 rounds, only 9 out of the 12 rounds he had available in his magazine. He got 5 direct hits, 0 penetration, but 8 splash. damage of 3,696 hit points, of which 3,538 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the difference is that shot on the SP1C, which was very close, and, well, it was a beautiful splash kill shotgun. He received 2 hits during that battle, and both of them were penetrations, I'm afraid. One from the SP1C, the other from the M46, and they were terminal. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance, or stun assistance I should say, of 543 hit points off 11 stuns, and he did get 49 defense points when he reset the cap. If he'd actually reset it in just the right place, I think he probably would have got a defender medal out of it, but he waited until they were visible before he actually took his shot to ensure that he did fire in exactly the right place. He earned 52,821 credits for on a premium account, and he got the Courageous Resistance Award because he picked up the Gore's medal and the high caliber. He also picked up another 5,891 credits, and this equalizes his score with that of the winning team because he was on a losing team. So that brought up a total of 58,712, and after repair and ammunition resupply, and the ammo is expensive for the 203mm howitzer, he actually ended up with 37,432 credits. He also picked up 4 bonds, 1 for the high caliber, 3 for the Gore's medal, and 1,098 XP plus 616 for Courageous Resistance, meaning he got a total of 1,714 XP altogether. So, very good round there in the S-51. It's a pity that it was a loss, but there was not a lot he could do. He did fire as much as he could, as many times as he could within the allotted battle period, but in the end, it was a case of he got a good shot on the SP1C, but that pattern, well, he couldn't reload in time to take him out as well, and so tragically, it was a defeat. So, if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.